Hey folks, Levi here once again. Welcome back to another superhero review. Hope you enjoyed my review of Justice League Gods and Monsters. That's on my channel right now. Thank you guys for another subscriber, 194. We're getting so close to 200. My goal is to try to make 500 this year if we can. So let's keep on going, guys. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. Remember, it's the mass profile picture. Now, you can watch videos on my other YouTube channel, but don't subscribe to that one. Stay sub to this one. I'm just telling you that right now. But anyway, guys, what I've been doing on my channel here is a superhero marathon. I do what I call the 2010s era superhero marathon, superhero reviews. These are 2010 superhero films that came out in 2010 decades, 2010 to 2019, and now I'm on the last year. I mean, I'm not on the last year. I'm sorry. I'm on the year 2015. Well, this is the last 2015 superhero movie that I'm gonna review. After this, we move on to the year 2016. There's two other movies that I reviewed. That was Batman Unlimited, Monster Mayhem that came after this, and Batman Bad Blood. But I put those on my DC reviews. I'm gonna put on my superhero reviews after I do this review. And this is another revisit review. This is a Marvel movie of the four of these fantastic four characters. Well, yes, that I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I don't. I actually don't mind it. This movie's kind of grown on me a little bit, grown on me a bit, and I say I liked it. Was it perfect? No, but I don't think it deserves that much hate that it gets. I can maybe see why some of the fans didn't like it, but honestly, I didn't mind this film at all. I thought it was decent for what it was, and could have been better. Yes, and I'm talking about started by Josh Trank and starring Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Kate Mara, and Jamie Bell, and Tubby McKibben, and that is Fantastic Four or Fan Force Chick. But I don't hate this film like a lot of people do. Yes, this is just my opinion. We can agree to disagree. I know it's unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people hate this movie. I know a lot of people consider this the worst one of the worst superhero films ever made. I disagree. I've been doing the superhero marathon for what 4 years now, and honestly, I could say I've seen worse superhero movies than this. Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. I'd rather watch this over that. I'd rather watch this over Spider-Man 3. I'd rather watch this over Kraven the Hunter, Morbius, Madam Web. I don't think it would be bad. It's as bad as those. Are the Venom movies? Yeah, I'd rather watch this over Venom: The Last Dance. Yeah, yeah, I'd rather watch this over The Eternals, which is an MCU film, and that looks boring. Or Shang-Chi: The Legend of Ten Rings, whatever when you call that movie. Does not look interesting to me. And honestly, I'm not even. I didn't even care for the teaser for Fantastic Four. The first steps or whatever. I was not a fan of the trailer. I like the look of the thing. That's about it. And I don't mind the 60s tone of it, but the tone doesn't always work. Again, this film you could say came out at a bad time because this was 2015. Yes, this film does have a darker version. I do think the tone needed to be better for it. But I didn't mind them taking a bit of darker direction from Fantastic Four. I thought that was interesting. For me, it worked. For a lot of people, it didn't. But again, because you had the Dark Knight Rises, the Dark Knight trilogy that came out, they probably wanted to go with a darker tone with it. This was a film I think that had too much studio interest. Now, Josh Trank, if you've seen Chronicle, I did review that. Chronicle is a great movie. Chronicle is a really good film. That's why Michael B. Jordan's in this movie because he worked with Trank on that movie because he was in that movie and he was good in that film and that movie was really good. Really good found footage movie. Interesting story. Trank knows how to direct, and tell a good story. But I think the problem with this film is studio interference. Like I said, I think it's better than Turbo Power Rangers movie. Just bringing that up. Steel with Shaquille O'Neal. Spawn. I think it's better than Spawn. I think it's better than Batman Robin. No, actually, I think I like Batman Robin more than this, but that's just me. But again, I think it's better than Jonah Hex, the 2010 film. I have seen a lot worse superhero movies and much worse movies than this. Yes, but that's just me. But I'm not gonna sit here all day and go through all that. So getting into the production of the movie, Simon Kinberg said, Fantastic Four is sort of a celebration of all the Fantastic Four comics that have preceded. We all have elements from the original Fantastic Four that there's a sort of optimism and inspirational quality of the film. In some ways, a comedy that was really distinct in the original Fantastic Four. Also, the notion of the dysfunctional surrogate family that comes together. That's the word together. The very present of the movie that owes a great depth to the original. The idea that they are scientists and that it's almost like the science adventure more than being superheroes. We also owe a lot to the ultimate sick and current crop of the Fantastic Four comics. But anyway, in August 2009, 20th Century Fox announced that they would reboot the Fantastic Four film franchise with Abby Goldsman hired as a producer and Mike Green to write the screenplay. Because at the time, Rise of Silver Surfer was not well received, and therefore the Tim Story movies ended with Rise of Silver Surfer in 2007, so Fox decided to reboot it. At the time, the actors Adrian Brody, Jonathan Bryce Myers were considered for the role of Mr. Fantastic. Kiefer Sullivan was one of the role of the Thing. In July 2012, Josh Trank was hired to direct, and Jeremy Slater as a screenwriter. While Trank was being considered as director, X-Men First Class writers Zach Teens and Ashley Edward Miller were signed to work on the script. After Trank officially signed on, he decided to write his own script instead. Slater's original script featured the villains Galactus and Doctor Doom were doomed to battle a spy who becomes the herald of Galactus and eventually the dictator of Lavatio. I can't say that right, sorry. But Trank and Slater's ideas for the movie were totally so Slater revealed that he viewed the Avengers as a template, but Trank hated all of his ideas. And again, maybe you said they were inspired by it. Well, because again, the Avengers came out a couple years earlier before this, and then of course the same year Avengers: Age of Ultron came out, and the two Avengers movies that made billions of dollars at the box office. So Fox was probably thinking, oh well, we want the money. They're probably just trying to rush this film out there just for a check. You know. Despite claiming to have been a fan of Fantastic Four when he was a kid, Trank had only seen the 1994 cartoon series and had no interest in the superhero movie genre. He admitted that he found himself unable to identify with Slater's more comic book tone. Trank left Slater out of discussions with Fox Studios, withheld certain studio notes. Slater added, I never saw 90% of those notes, and left after 6 months. In 2013, Matthew Vaughn was attached to produce, I don't know, and Seth Grahame-Smith hired to polish the script. Simon Kimber was hired to co-write and produce in April 2014. The Calvary Effects was hired for the film's visual effects, I'm guessing. According to Mark Miller, 20th Century Fox account sought for the Marvel Comics based films that would take place in the same universe as the X-Men film series. Although Kimberg said that this statement, Bryan Singer confirmed talks of potential crossover among Fox, which of course never happened. Trank has said that the film is heavily influenced by David Cronenberg's 1981 Scanners and 1986's The Fly, the look of the film. As overall would feel like a cross between Steven Spielberg and Tim Burton. Casting: in January 2014, Kimber finished rewriting the script, casting for the roles of Reed Richards, Miles Teller, Kit Harington. Jerry O'Connor were tested for the role, but Teller was cast. Meanwhile, Kate Mara and Margaret Robbie, who thank God didn't get the part, she got the part. Michael B. Jordan played Johnny Storm. Toby Kebbell, Toby Kebbell was cast as Victor Von Doom. Jamie Bell having cast as Ben Grimm, the Thing. Matt Meskin, who played Lashif in Casino Royale, and in Doctor Strange as the villain, and he was considered, but he didn't get the part. But he was the main villain in Doctor Strange, the 2016 MCU film that will come out the next year. He later said that the only thing he was asked to do during his audition was to stretch his arms as long as he could make them. Timberlake Nelson entered final negotiations to play. E.J. Cathley was cast as Susan Johnny's father. Dr. Storm, the casting of black actor Michael Jordan as new Johnny Storm spawned controversy among some fans. I'm like, really? You're racist. Yes, you are. Who gives a damn if he's white in the comics? Hell. Michael Clark Duncan played Kingpin. Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. Yeah. And Daredevil, the 2003 version, and the director's cut. Why do y'all gotta complain? Who gives a shit if he's white or black? Who gives a crap? Why does it matter? The fans are just stupid. I'm sorry. Oh, but he's white in the comic. Who cares? Director Josh Trank, though, justified his decision by saying the move to cast as Jordan was taken to bring the iconic comic book team and allow real world Democrats. And I think he also wanted to consider hiring him because he worked with him, like I said, in Chronicle. And Michael B. Jordan is a good actor. When he's not doing the Creed movies, be involved with those overrated crap movies, which I'd rather watch this over Creed, but that's just me. Yeah, I don't care for the Creed movies. That's just me. But Trank received numerous death threats, though IMDb message board was slept with a 30-day special on his night hand. While people threatening him over casting, it's just stupid. People are nuts. Claiming that he wanted to cast a black actress for the role of Susan Storm, but the studio insisted on retaining her entity for the film. I was mostly interested in a black Susan Storm, a black Johnny Storm, and a black Frank Storm. When you're dealing with the studio massive movie like that, everybody wants to keep an open mind. Had that being done, a black Susan Storm should have perceived him to step away from the project. But filming, Fantastic Four production budget of $155 million. Filming commenced on May 5th, 2014 at the Celtic Media Center in Louisiana and ended on August 23rd. For filming lasted for 72 days. The film received $20.9 billion in tax and dividends and spent $97.4 million in Louisiana. Matthew Jensen served as director of photography. The film was planned to be shot in Vancouver, Canada, but moved to Louisiana due to the state's film production taxes. During filming, producers Hutch Parker and Simon Kimball rewrote Trink's original script. Oh boy. And gave the film a different ending. Reshoots were ordered, and the film did get some reshoots by 20th Century Fox. They were ordered by 20th Century Fox. See? Studio interference, though. But we're not satisfied with the film. Filming the movie felt more like a sequel to Trink's previous film, Chronicle. But before the film was released, several sources have reported that there were multiple disagreements between 20th Century Fox and Trank during production. See? A little too many cooks in the kitchen. There's already disagreements between the director and the producer. A lot of problems behind the scenes that can affect the movie. And a lot of reshoots, which sometimes can be better for a film and sometimes ruin a movie when you do reshoots. Mm. After being dissatisfied with his original cut, Fox ordered their own changes to the film without Trank's supervision, which a studio should never do. It doesn't matter if they don't agree with it. You hire the guy, you expect him to direct the movie. You give him the job, now he's directing the movie. Let him do it his way. Many of the sources claim that there was erratic behavior from Trank on the set of the film, which resulted in Fox's negative treatment of him. Trank later explained he was paranoid during the shooting of the due to threats, which is a good reason. I mean, somebody's threatening him, yeah. One day prior to the film's release, Trank posted a message on Twitter that criticized that finished film towards the final product. He said, "A year ago, I had a fantastic version of this, and it would have received great reviews. Y'all probably never see it. That's reality, though." Trank deleted the message shortly after, while Fox chief Chris Horzan claimed that Fox supported Trank's version of the film. People stated, "I tell you, the honest truth is Trank did cut a great film that you'll never see. That's a shame. A much darker version, you'll never see it." Trank further disowned the film by removing it from his Instagram filmography. After Stan Lee's death 3 years later, Trank that he had Stan Lee, who was an executive producer on this movie, he didn't have a cameo. Spoiler alert: Stan Lee doesn't cameo in this movie, but he did. He was an executive producer. Come on, he was an executive producer. I think on a lot of Marvel movies that he cameoed in, I'm sure, and some of the Marvel animated feature films as well. Yeah, he received a personal letter from Lee asking him if he was okay. In 2020, Trank admitted that many of these sequences he had planned had been caught on film. He wanted making a director's cut. It's non-existent. Later that year, Kate Mara admitted that her experience working on the film was horrible. While she did not go into great detail, she implied that much of her discomfort came from questionable direction, saying, "I think that speaking up is something that I think that we all probably learn over and over again. I don't regret doing it at all, but I do regret not having stood up for myself. I regret that for sure." Post production: the film was used in Los Angeles for its visual effects, moving picture company, Rodeo Effects. Moving pictures company took on the visual effects was a thing. Rendering a fully digital character based on Jane Bell's set performance and the Human Torch's fiery being on fire visual effects. Witty Digital handled Reed Richards' stretch effects. Products, some industry company, delivered Susan Storm's force shield and cloaking effects, and augmented Doom's costume. James E. Price served as the overall visual effects supervisor. Kimbrough stated that the film would be in a 3D post-production, but those plans were canceled. Trank stating that he wanted the viewing experience of Fantastic Four to remain as pure as possible for the audience, which means in 2D. The Thing performed a dive bomb in the film was cut due to budget constraints. The studio was caught off guard by the first cut of the film for having a more some tone. The ending never finalized, and the studio had to together a new ending that was artistically composed of script. Many Trank suggestions were ignored. Steven Renner was hired to edit the film together with Trank, running him as the Dio Factor director for the new cut. Despite Trank's efforts of having two edits of the film, Burbage was ultimately chosen over his. The soundtrack is done well. Yeah. But for the marketing of the movie, you had the trailer. I do remember the trailer for this film, and I think the restaurant Denny's helped marketed the film. You had what you call the Thing Burger. Yeah, this was like the Thing Burger or whatever, something like that. Yeah, and you have a commercial of the thing like eating at Denny's. Yeah, you have a Human Torch skillet, the Thing Burger, four cheese omelet, and Invisible Woman Slam. So yeah, so Denny's did some marketing, but that movie didn't. The movie didn't get really much marketing either. Like I said, you have the thing in a commercial at a Denny's restaurant. All right, for the people who worked on the movie, well, let's see. First of all, for the cast, you have Miles Teller, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Richards, he's a scientist. He's always been a nerd his whole life. He's exploring the universe in his garage after school. He gains the ability to stretch his body in different forms and lengths. Miles Teller. Now, the year previously, in 2014, he was in the movie Whiplash with J.K. Simmons, and he was great in that. That is a great movie. I really love that film. He was in that version film Whiplash. His breakthrough role came in the drama Whiplash, which earned him critical acclaim, which he deserved. He was fantastic. Excuse me, the pun, but he was fantastic. He's also in Top Gun Maverick, the sequel to Top Gun. He's a really good actor. He was good in that. And, but again, if you think he was terrible in this movie, no. If you hate this movie, watch Whiplash with him. Just watch that. I recommend it. Yeah. And Top Gun Maverick. And Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, Human Torch. He's a troublemaker. He's a thrill seeker and adopted younger brother of Sue Storm. Basically, he has the ability to turn on fire. He can also shoot fireballs out of his hands, and he can fly. But Michael B. Jordan, uh, he was in Chronicle. That's a found footage superhero movie that was directed by Josh Trank, like I said. He was in Hardball. That was one of his earlier movies when he was a kid. Yeah, found footage superhero movie Chronicle. He voiced Fisher Stone, Cyborg, and Just League the Flashpoint Paradox. Yeah. And after this, he would go on to be in Black Panther as our Killmonger for Marvel Cinematic Universe. So Marvel, at least Marvel used him again. Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, Black Panther didn't have a lot of action in it either. Because if you're complaining about this, you know. Yeah, you don't get to see Black Panther in action a lot in that movie. Though I do like that film. And it's just Mercy, which I thought he was good in. Especially when you really see that was just a stupid cameo. And there's a cameo in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I still haven't watched yet. I have it, but I haven't watched it yet. Kate Mara as Sue Storm, it was a woman who I thought did a great job. I still think she's going to be better than Vanessa Kirby. People say Vanessa Kirby, I don't find her attractive. Her ugly ass eyebrows. I don't like her eyebrows. Her face, I think, is ugly. Yeah, I don't like Vanessa Kirby at all as an actress. I don't find her attractive. I didn't like her in Hobbs and Shaw. I didn't like her in Mission Impossible. And I don't care. She deteriorates me from wanting to see that movie. Yeah. But Kate Mara, I think, is more attractive and a better actress, in my opinion. Yes. She was in Zoom. That was a superhero movie, Tim Allen. I like that movie. Yeah. We're Marshall, uh, 127 Hours with James Franco. She was good in that in The Martian. She was good in that. Morgan. Yeah. But she's always been a good actress, in my opinion. Yeah. And Jamie Bell is Ben Grimm, the thing. Well, she's brilliant, independent, and sarcastic. But she has the ability, Sue has the ability to become invisible and generate force shields. Now, the Fantastic Four characters I forgot to mention, I think they were like the first characters that were created by Stanley, created by Marvel. They're basically considered Marvel's first family. But Jamie Bell as Ben Grimm the Thing. He's a warm, sensitive, and loyal protective friend, but due to his condition, he gets a stone body, like a rock-like solid body. That gives him superhero strength that makes him indestructible. Yeah, but to people, he looks freaky, but or scary. But I think I've only seen this actor. Was he in King Kong? Okay, yeah, he was in King Kong. Played Jimmy in the 2005 version, and I think he voiced the character in the game too. Let's see. Well, mate. Yeah, he did. Okay. Yeah, he voiced Jimmy in the game too. It says he was an Eagle Eye too. Toby Cabell as Victor Von Doom, Doctor Doom. He's a computer technician and computer scientist who's mentioned. Yeah, he's angry, visual, and bright. He was changed into the negative zone. Toby Cabell. Let's see. I think he. Let's see. Was he? I think he played Cobra. Yeah. Yep. In Donald Planet of the Apes, he played Cobra, who was the villain in that movie, and he did a good job. He was in War Planet of the Apes. Well, kind of like flashbacks. He was in Kong Skull Island. He did motion capture for Kong. I think I might remember Bloodshot. Oh yeah, Bloodshot is a superhero film starring Vin Diesel. This is better than Bloodshot. Yeah, I hated that film. Reggie Kelly is Dr. Filmstorm. He's the biological father of Johnny and Dr. Father to Sue. Reggie Kelly, let's see. Oh wow, he sadly passed away back in 2018. I remember that. But if I think I remember correctly, I think he was in the. He was in What About Bob? I think I remember him. Yeah, he was funny in that. Yeah, he was good in that. He was in The Mask as Freeze. That was he was Dorian's like right hand man before he gets killed off. He's like, he owns you, he owns this club, he owns this whole stinking town. You mess with Nico, you end up taking a dirt nap. I'm just quoting some lines from The Mask, but he's the guy. Freeze is the guy that's Dorian's right hand man. If you've seen The Mask, that gets killed because of the mask. He was in Tank Girl. That's another superhero movie. I think he was in makeup and stuff. But yeah, I liked him in The Mask. He was good in that for his short part. Yeah, but may he rest in peace. Yeah. And Tim Blake Nelson's Dr. Allen, a scientist who works for the government, takes part in training the members of the team to hone their abilities. But Tim Blake Nelson, he's working well. He was Dr. Jonathan Jacobo in Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Uh, he was Samuel Stearns in The Incredible Hulk. And I believe he's also in the new superhero movie that came out recently, Captain America Brave New World, which is out in theaters already. Yeah. I just know he's in that movie. He's going to be in that film anyway. Oh, Brother Without. I think he was also in Holes with a Disney movie with Sigourney Weaver and John Voight and Shia LaBeouf. Oh, the Big White. He was in that movie? That's a Robin Williams film, which I've never seen. He was in Hoot. I remember him in that. Like I said, The Incredible Hulk. He's in Lincoln, but Tim Blake Nelson's a good actor in my opinion. Yeah. Disney didn't. Callisto portrays Mr. Kinney, Reed's father. Tim Hedrick appears as Mr. Richards. Mary Rachel Dudley appears as Mrs. Richards, Reed's mother. Jen Shanks appears as Jimmy Grimm, Ben's older brother. Yeah, he was a student in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of School. He was in Larry Crown. That's a piece of liver boy. That's a Tom Hanks movie. The film premiered in New York City on August 4th, 2013, and was released worldwide on August 7th, 2015. The film got negative reviews from critics, who criticized the screenplay, direction, acting, lack of humor, visual effects, pacing, and unfaithfulness to the source material. Although the soundtrack was praised, it was also a box office bomb, grossing $167 million against a production budget of $120 million. Estimated loss for the studio, about 80 or $100 million for the studio. Yeah, everyone's some. I don't really care about Razzies or I don't really care about Academy Awards. They don't mean nothing to me. But there you have the cast trying to promote the movie at Comic Con. Basically, now we're getting the film into the MCU. Which again, the Fantastic Four first step, it could work. Oh gosh, Matthew Vaughn is presented and directing a new version of the Fantastic Four as a positive performance in 2015. Well, Matthew Vaughn, you need to apologize for three movies. That is Kick-Ass 1 and 2 and X-Men First Class. So thank God he didn't direct it. My opinion, this film would have been a lot worse if Matthew Vaughn was at the helm of director because I don't like his direction. You know. And yeah, I'd rather watch this movie over Matthew Vaughn's Kick-Ass film or Kick-Ass 2 or X-Men First Class. It's better than those. I'd rather watch this over X-Men Dark Phoenix or the X-Men Apocalypse. I'd rather watch this. Yeah. But the film is written by Josh Trank. Like I said, he's not a bad director, I think. But it's a shame though he directed Capone in 2020. Well, he directed. I'm sure that's a good movie. Yeah, that's probably a good film. But it's a shame he's gonna work on it because Chronicle was a real excellent movie. I feel like Josh Trank didn't get his chance to direct a movie. I'll get more into that in this review. But you have three writers on the film. That's Josh Trank himself, Jeremy Slater, who wrote Godzilla X King of the Empire, Mortal Kombat 2, which I guess is coming out this year, Death Note, and Simon Kinberg, who I think himself, okay, well, he was a writer on X Men Last Stand, yay. And I don't like that movie. X Men First Class, he was a person, yeah, that film I thought sucked. X Men Days of Future Past, okay, I'll admit, he did a good job writing that film. Yeah. The Martian, which I wasn't too big on. It says he was a producer on Deadpool. Yeah, just a producer. So that means he didn't have to direct it or write it. So, X Men Apocalypse, he was directed that. That sucked. Yeah, and he directed X Men Dark Phoenix and worked on the New Mutants. So, yeah, X Men Dark Phoenix, which sucks. And now he's working on the Running Man remake, which, again, I don't care to see. That's just me. Based on Fantastic Four created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Jack Kirby. Also, is responsible for creating the Fantastic Four. Produced by Matthew Vaughn. Yeah, again, who I'm not really well. Again, I don't hate Matthew Vaughn, but I love Kingsman: The Secret Service, which actually a couple days ago that movie is like 10 years old now, and I love Kingsman: The Secret Service, and I like the Golden Circle too, entertaining sequel. But again, I hated Kick Ass. Wait a minute, I guess he didn't direct Kick Ass too. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, he didn't direct Kick Ass. It was Jeff Waldo. Sorry, but he did produce it. Yeah, and he produced X Men: Days of Future Past as well. But anyway, like I said, he directed Kick Ass and X Men First Class, two superhero movies which I hate. And I don't like him. X Men Days of Future Past, yeah, that was a great movie, but not because of him. He was just a producer. It was Brian Singer and the other writers that were involved in that. He's just a producer. Yeah, but Kingsman Secret Service was a lot better. Well, this is 2014, but technically that movie came out in February of 2015 here in the US. But anyway, those films are a lot better. And produced by Simon Kinberg, Gary Goodman, who produced films like Canadian Bacon, Hollis Wedding, X-Men First Class, this film, Jason Bourne, which I was not a fan of, the 2016 film I'm talking about, Robert Cussler, Wrong Turn 2, Wrong Turn the first one, Wrong Turn 3, uh, Mortal Instruments of City of Bones, Tarzan 2013, Wrong Turn 6, cinematography by Matthew Jensen, director of photography, Chronicle, he worked on that, Wonder Woman 1984, working with Patty Jenkins. Oh, and in the first, he also went on to produce, do cinematography for the Wonder Woman movie starring Gail Gadot and directed by Patty Jenkins. It's edited by Alec Kimber and Stephen Rickman, who edited movies like the Hot Dog movie, The Personals, which I've movies I've never heard of. Outbreak from 1995, which I like that movie. 9 Months, never seen it. Excess Package, I think that movie's okay with Lacey Silverstone. Okay. Alley, Pirates of the Caribbean, Crystal Black Pearl, Our World Within, and Dead Man's Chest. I'm sorry. Mm. And now he's gonna be working on the Avatar movies. Music's by Marco Poggio. He's done music for films like Scream, Mimic, The Facility, Terminator 3, Live or Free, Die Hard, World War Z, 310 and Yuma, Jonah Hex, a film which I do hate, Philip Glass. Yeah. Movies like Hamburger Hill, The Candyman, uh, the original Candyman, I believe, with like Tony Todd. Mm. The Illusionist. It's just about 20th Century Fox. It was released August 7, 2015. It's about 100 minutes long, about 1 hour and 40 minutes. The budget was $120 million. The box office made $167.9 million worldwide. I don't think it was a complete box office bomb, though. It did somewhat surpass the budget, but it didn't make enough money. I would call it, I wouldn't call it a complete failure. Well, I would say it's a failure, but it did fail at the box office, but I wouldn't call it a huge box office bomb. It was like it to me, but it just didn't surpass its budget. It nearly surpassed its budget, but almost. Yeah. But anyway, for the story of this movie, of the Fantastic Four stick, this film is that transported to an alternative universe, transported to an alternative universe, four young outside gain superpowers as they alter their physical form in shocking ways. Reed Richards, Reed here becomes Mr. Reed becomes Mr. Fantastic, able to stretch and twist his body at will. And while pal Ben Grimm gains strength and never strength is the thing. And Johnny Storm, Michael B. Jordan here, becomes the Human Torch, able to control and project fire, while his sister Sue Storm, Sue right there, just become invisible, and she can create force shields and create force shields like kind of like a bubble. But together, they team must harness their new abilities to prevent Doctor Doom. Excuse me. Where's the picture? But Doctor Doom, played by Toby Kebbell, who has been in this universe, this other reality, or this other dimension, and he's gone insane. He wants to destroy the Earth. He wants to create a black hole that will kill millions of people. He wants to become like God and create versions create his own world by destroying the Earth, destroying and killing a bunch of millions of people on it, and creating his own world. And so the four of them, the four, Reed, Ben, and Sue, and Johnny must team up and become the Fantastic Four, and they must defeat him and stop Doctor Doom from destroying the Earth, and they must take him down and become a team and defeat him. So that's the plot for you. Yeah. As with every other superhero movie trying to stop the bad guy, but I'll talk about the movie itself, then give you my final opinion on the film. Sorry, there's something on my webcam. Anyway, if you guys can see me and hear me, let's make sure the audio is working. Okay, okay. It is alright. Just make sure it is. Yeah. Anyway, again, I don't hate this movie. I didn't mind it. I like it, but I don't love this movie. I'm not gonna say this is a great movie. No, it's not. It's what I call an actual great good movie. No, would I say it's fantastic? No. I do say I prefer the Tim Story movies over this, but that's just me. Those are underrated. This, I would say, is a little underrated, but this could have been a better movie. But again, I don't blame the cast or the director. I just, well, I'll get more into that later. But anyway, in my review later of it. So the film pretty much opens up with you have a young Reed Richards, good actor who plays him, who's talking about a teleporter device and what you can do with it. And the teacher's like, well, this is crazy. There's no way that you can teleport yourself to another place. And the teacher tells him, okay, come up with a social science project. And he says, Ben Grimm. And you have Ben who goes home and he's abused by his brother, So the gets him, he's like, you stupid. He's like, what'd you say to me? So basically, mom stops him. And Ben, lives in a junkyard where he deals with a big brother who could pick on him. His brother picks on him, is like, it's clobbering time, which he would say is the thing when he would come to the thing. And he sees this kid sneaking around, and it's young Reed Richards. He's like, hey, what are you doing? And basically, he's like, well, can you help me? He's like, I need this part for the teleporter device. And it works. Well, it kind of works. They bring this little rock back from another dimension, and it creates a blackout by accident. And Reed and Ben grow up. They're friends. They become teenagers. And I like it though when they're doing a science project, and he's like, well, he's wearing the glasses, and I thought Montel did a really good job. I think he's better than Niagara. There's some things I like more than 2005 than this movie. Like for instance, well, Jamie Bell's all right. He's okay, but I still say Michael Chiklis was a better Ben Grimm. But Miles Teller was a better, you know, Reed Richards in my personal opinion. He's a lot better than Ian Gerber. You know. But anyway, I like it when he's introduced to the project. He's like, Ben, the toy car. He's like, well, you didn't bring the toy. Well, I didn't know. I didn't bring this toy. Why didn't you bring it? He goes to this kid. He goes to this little kid. He's like, hey, can I buy your plane? Can I borrow this plane? I'm gonna borrow. I just need to borrow this for a second. I'll bring it right back. Okay. He's like, okay, here you go. He's like, cover your ears, and it kind of works. It destroys they're able to teleport the plane, destroys it, and it destroys the basketball backboard. Destroys it completely. He's like, you're gonna pay for that. This is a science school project. You're disqualified. He's like, what? It's like, and the kid takes the plane, the little toy plane. He's like, hey kid, I'm sorry. He's like, you're a dick. The kid says that to him. It's funny. But then you have Franklin Storm, who's director of the Baxter Foundation, coming with his adopted daughter, Susan Storm, played by Kate Mara, who I thought did a good job. A lot better than Jessica Alba, and will be better than Vanessa Kirby, yes. Why? Oh, because she needs to look hot. No, she doesn't. She needs to play by a good actress. Kate Mara is a good actress. Mm. It's just the problem is some of the story of the movie. And the tone, I guess, didn't work for people a lot. But anyway, I like how the film does go in a different direction. Again, I could tell. Because even the Fantastic Four 2005 movie, they did have some corny moments in there. Which, again, I know it's Marvel, but you can change up things up a little bit. Sometimes things nowadays change, but some people just don't like change. Sometimes it works and it doesn't work. Yeah. Maybe we would have got a bit of a darker version, more darker edge to it, which I would have been fine with. You know. But anyway, but this government-sponsored research institution, he's like, wow, you really did it. He offers Reed to come to the school, to the Baxter Building to work for him. He's recruited to join them and aid Storm's children. Well, first of all, he goes there. Ben takes him. Ben helps him with his bags. Ben's no scientist. Ben is just his friend. He's always there to help him. When he's in it, he's always there for Reed. You know, Ben. He even talks to Kate Mara. He talks to Sue. He's like, hey, what she was like? She's like listening to music while she works. Let's whistle while you work. And I'm just kidding. I was just singing a little bit from Snow White there. But anyway, they talk a bit, just have a conversation about what kind of music he likes, and they're like, "Yeah, you're here." And Tim Blake Nelson's like Doctor. He plays Doctor Allen. He's the guy that's in charge of this operation. They want to build a quantum gate designed by Storm's wayward protege, Victor Von Doom. And he's like, I want, he's like, well, these kids, trust me, I'll keep my eye on them. They're gonna do right this time. And Richie Kelly, Dr. Storm tells him we need to bring Victor Von Doom back. Victor should be in jail. Doom should be in prison for what he did. He's trying to burn down a lab or something like that. Talk to Victor. Victor's lonely and depressed. He's like, got technology. He's like, I want you work. He's like, I'm not working with you goons ever again. I'm not working with y'all again. He's like, trust me. He's like, you just come help us. We've been able to do the quantum gate, which Victor is a scientist himself, wants to work on it. He's like, Sue gonna be there? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'll come and join. And as they're working, he meets Victor. Victor's kind of rude out there, shaking his hand. Victor can be a bit of a dick himself. And they come to an agreement that they're going to work on this all together. So they start working on this for a while. And yeah, people can complain, oh, they're not friends at first, they have no chemistry, or when you meet Johnny, played by Michael Jordan, he's racing, which I thought was a cool moment, but he raced the car. He's like, you're not getting that car back. He's like, excuse me, I worked on that. He's like, well, yeah, well, my money. My money? My car? My money. You ain't getting it back. You're working for me. So he sees Victor and Sue, and then he meets Reed. They have each other. They kind of become friends. And people complain, well, Reed and Sue don't look at each other. It's like, well, it's good to see you. They have this banter chemistry. Again, I guess, you know, not Reed and Sue, but I'm talking about Johnny and Sue don't have the best relationship, being brother and sister. Well, his adopted sister, which I was fine with. You know, come on, it's not like Johnny and Sue got along that much in the 2005 film. When that started off, they couldn't barely stand each other. But yeah, people are like, well, these people have no chemistry. Well, again, when you have people that are meeting each other for the first time, they're not going to get along. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you meet people that you're working with, you're not going to get along at first. There is no really real friendship there, Pip. And the thing is with Johnny and Sue, yeah, he says it's good to see you too. He does care for Sue, and I'm sure. But I guess she's a bit, maybe a little more favored, I would say, than Johnny. And maybe Johnny is a little jealous of that, you know. But they do have a good brother sister relationship. It's just in their own way. You know, there's a moment where Reed and Sue are talking and they get along and smiling at each other. And Victor sees this out of jealousy, says, he's like, come here. He's like, we're working and you're not getting this done. I was like, well, we did get the work done right. I was like, just go check it out, Victor. I'm going to go get some sleep. And the experiment becomes successful. Dr. Template Nelson assembles a group of arsenic. Well, they test this out with a monkey, which the monkey ape, this ape looks like it, like they stole Planet of the Apes. Anyway, they test it out, and the dimension side works. They put these sunglasses on, and he tells them, "Good. Now we're gonna put some scientists in there." It's like to go to this place. Like, what? We should do it. We created it, but it's like, I'm sorry, but the school science project is over. You're just kids. You're meant to just build this project, and that was it. And Victor's like, we're gonna screw you because your personal problems or whatever. And Victor just gives him the finger. They call it Planet Zero. Regenerate Victor said, we should be there. Is like kind of like mentions Neil Armstrong. Was like, I'm gonna be Neil Armstrong. Victor's like, no, that's gonna be me. And they want to discover this world and they want to go there, not letting them. But Dr. Storm is not there, so he's not present. Uh, she was doing work on something, working on a computer. But Regenerate, they get drunk. They're like, you know what? We're gonna mark on this voyage. They go to Planet Zero. Sue finds out from the computer, and he also gives Ben a call, and Ben decides to go with him. Yeah, I liked it though. The scene I forgot to mention where Johnny tries to do a fist pump with Reed, and Reed just, it's just like give him a high five, which I thought was funny. And then, Johnny saying, "Yeah, we can go. Yeah, like this dude, we can go." And where him and Victor are, that's the suits they're wearing to go in, and he's like playing on the shoes like this. Thought that was pretty funny. They go to Planet Zero. They travel to the planet. They discover it's full of all these substance. They want to, they go there first. One small giant step for man, one small step for men. Like he's gonna put a flag on the planet that they discovered, Planet Zero, and they go down this hill, well, down this cliff. Johnny doesn't go, but Reed, Victor, and Ben do, and Victor wants to collect the samples, which is like green CGI, a little bit, which I thought the CGI was fine. You know, Victor tends to collect one of the samples though, but it causes the structure to collapse and the ground to erupt with green lava. It's like lava, but green substance, and it collapses. He's like, Reed's trying to help Victor, who's, stuck. He's like, help me, help me, help me, He's like, Reed, help me, but he falls. It's only to death. And they get in the shuttle, but Ben can't close it. and part of the lava, it gets on them, and you see Johnny, like not Johnny, damn it, well, Johnny gets on fire when it comes on him, and Ben gets into the rocks. Yeah. And Sue, it hits Sue real hard, and you see her invisibility, her force shield powers that become to be. They wake up a little hours later, the place is on fire nearly, and Ben, who is now turned to the thing, is like strapped in her. He's like, help me read, And he's like, I'm coming, and his leg is stuck under there, but he's like, he looks, and his leg is like stretched all the way out. He's like, and passes out, and they wake up. He wakes up the scientist, like the lab rat, and his arm and his legs are stretched out very far. He's like, ugh. He's like, where's my friends? Where are they at? And like, just pass him out because he's freaked out. They're trying to ask a question. Why are you asking me questions? Where's my friends? Where's Ben? And Sue keeps turning invisible. Johnny's on fire, and Ben is just a rock, and Victor is presumed dead. Reed is able to get out there. He's able to stretch his body back up, uh, get out of the ropes that they have him tied under the straps. He's able to get over the straps, onto the vent, and he says, "Reed, help me, Reed." Reed says, "Oh my God, I'm sorry I did this to you." He's like, "Reed, help me." Reach for her hand. Like, "Reed, help me! Don't leave me, please." And Reed leaves him. Reed leaves, blaming himself, and he's basically trying to find a cure. And they become military agents. It takes place about 1 year later. After this, 1 year later, uh, Ben, now known as a Thing, goes on missions and fights for the military. When because Timberlake Nelson asked him to, Johnny and Susan just test their powers. Johnny goes for flies, and he'll just test his powers, like shoot targets down using his fireballs and stuff. And Sue, they test her by using her visibility, using her force shields, where she can make other things disappear, or just use a force shield. And she tells Johnny, "We're not meant to be this way. We need to go back to being who we are. Like, maybe this is who we are. Maybe we should just accept it." Johnny says, you know, and he'll go do the test willingly. And I think it's something like Nelson well, they come back with a quantum race that they're able to get it back on, create another one, but they need retail to finish it. It's like Reed doesn't want to be found dead. He left us. He abandoned us. And so it's like he's the only one that can help us though. And she listens to music. So straight, she's able to track him down and like Reed. I like that he can use his abilities. Well, anyway, you have this guy making a deal, and that guy is actually Reed making a deal with a guy, but he can change his face, use powers, which is really cool. But he's working on Ben Grimm. He's trying to find Ben. He's been looking at Ben a lot, feeling guilty for what happened to him. But again, he invited him to go to Planet Zero with them, go to the other dimension. That's what the accident that happened to them. Blames himself for it. But eventually, he's able to have like a tracker or computer that tells him intruders coming. The police try to the military to get him down, but he grabs one guy and knocks him out to a tree. One guy tries to shoot him. He runs up. One guy tries to shoot these electric weapons at him, but he can move over, punch the guy over, knock him out, knocks this guys out until Ben shows up. He's like, Ben, I'm sorry. Ben's like punches like he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to fail you. I'm sorry. He's like, too late for that. He knocks him. He headbutts him, knocks him out. Take him on the plane. I was like, Ben, I'm sorry what happened. He was like, I'm gonna fix you. Like, I believe we're not friends anymore. I'm not your friend no more for what you did. And I stopped believing what you said a long time ago. You get back to the base. Reed, Sue and Reed talk. Tell them that you didn't have to abandon us. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I had to because of the guilt I felt, and we're all in this together, Reed. You need to be here. Hmm. Reed later receives a special kind of suit for his powers. This is done to keep up with their conditions and their abilities. They stabilize, these outfits that they wore in the movie. They help control their abilities. Hmm. And Dr. Allen says, hello, Reed. And he's able to talk to him to open up another portal to Planet Zero in exchange for giving Reed the resources to find a cure. They do go into there. They send their scientists in there. And they say, wait a minute, there's somebody. Wait, we have a location over reading. And it's a man walking. And that man, of course, is Victor Von Doom. Victor's alive. He's been fused to his spacesuit. And he can now control the elements. Yeah. Well, as well as have navigate powers. Yeah. Telenic. Can't say it right. Powers. And bring him back to Earth. Yeah. They try to talk to Victor about being over there. And he's like, Victor has pretty much. If people can complain about it, but whatever. I like the way Doom looks in this movie. He looks creepy. He looks scary. He looks like something out of a horror movie almost. But Victor has completely snapped. He believes that. He said earlier in the movie to Sue, before the accident happened, he's like, you want to help the world? You know what? I think the world needs to be destroyed and rebuilt or something like that. And like Doctor Doom over here. And so driven insane by the experience, so he thinks that the human race needs to be destroyed, so Planet Zero, so that he can live in his own world, that he's alone, and that he wants to destroy the world. But again, he's been in there for a year, so you can say his mind has snapped, and he kills a scientist, and he kills Template Nelson in a gruesome way, where he's wearing the radiation suit with the mask, with the helmet on, and he blows up his head, you know, and the other scientist is trying to shoot, Mister trying to shoot him, but he's blowing his head up, man. It's pretty bloody too. I'm like, damn, more brutal than the 2000. Even though 2005 he's able to use his electricity, which I was disappointed in that. I did want him to use electricity, but it's cool that he has telekinesis powers and can use it on you. He's very strong and powerful. Not even the Four can really go up against him. They wake up because they were sent to their rooms afterwards. But Victor using his powers, they're able to, reach Subin and Johnny are able to get out. And first of all, Johnny turning to his fire form. They say he's able to threaten. He nearly hits, but she's able to use a force shield. He nearly hits. So she's like, "That's okay." He's like, "I'm sorry." And he's like, "You leaving again?" What Ben's sister is like, "No." And Doctor Storm, ridiculously tries to talk to Victor and ask him. Sorry, he says, "Oh, Victor, you don't need to do this, son. We're your family." He's like, "I've always been alone. You abandoned me, and you did this to me." He's like, "Victor, we're not gods. We're just human beings. You don't need to do this. This isn't you. This has always been me." And you know, he's able to use his powers against the Four from trying to attack him, and he uses his abilities, his telekinesis, and kills Doctor Storm and tries to get back to Planet Zero, but he can't. Johnny's managed to use his firepower again, but it doesn't work. And he's gonna suck a black hole. He's gonna destroy the Earth, so we gotta stop him. He uses the Chrono Gate. Victor uses the portal, actives. Planet Zero. He activates the portal, uses Church of A while in the realm. He begins consuming the landscape of the Earth and sucks the Four in. Basically, the Four just come in and Sue, I mean, not Sue, but John is able to use, of course, as he can turn to fire and fly, and he flies. But Sue uses her force shield on Reed and on Reed and Ben, so that they can teleport themselves to safety before they could die. But they would get there successfully. They realize they gotta stop him. But he's gonna destroy the Earth. And Johnny tries to attack him at first, but he uses his rocks to attack him. And Ben tries to go for it, attack him, but he puts all these rocks on Ben. And Sue tries to use her force shield on him to stop him, but she disappears, trying to attack him. He's like, "Where's Sue? Where are you?" And Joseph can get rocks on her. And, he's like, "Stop." You know, he's like, "Victor, please stop doing this. This isn't you. Stop. Stop." And he's like, and Victor says, "There is no Victor. There is only Doom." So Doom is able to use his powers, and he gets his, messes with his suit and messes with his powers. And again, he easily defeats each of them, but he's able to, get the courage to get back up. goes up to use his abilities, use stretch abilities, able to push him down to the rock and talk to the four because they're able to. Johnny's able to get out of the rock, and so was Ben. And so he nearly kills Sue. He's like, Sue, we had a future together, but thankfully he put him out of the way before Doom can get back up though. Before Richard can come back. Doom, I mean, he's like, we built him. He had powers like us. He's like, but we need to do this together. We need to work together. And this they can't take him on. People complain, oh, he was easily taken down. No, he wasn't. They had to work together as a team. This is them becoming like a family. You know, this is basically an origin movie. You know, of the first time where they four meet each other. Of course, they're not gonna have chemistry, and they have to learn to become a team. And they can't take on because they try to take on Doom on their own, and they can't do it. So they have to work together. So Ben throws a rock that distracts Doom. She's able to use her force shield to throw some rocks and fire that hits him. Johnny, I mean, not Johnny. He's able to grab him and give Doom some punches with the stretch powers, which was cool. We didn't see that much action from that, in the two Fantastic Four movies, though. We saw some cool moments, but not very much. But in here, I do like that he gets that Mr. Fantastic gets, Reed gets a few punches in with his powers. That was cool. And he picks up Reed's like, choking. He's like, I was always smarter than you. He was like, no, I'm smarter than you. And then using to disappear the thing says, business. This Clobberton punches him in the portal. He punches Victor into the eternal beam. And it destroys him. It destroys him, disintegrates him. And Johnny closes the portal, returning. They say, "Let's get out of here." And she used her force shield bubble, you want to call it, force shield on Reed and Ben, and get them out of there. While Johnny just flies out of there. They're rewarded for their heroics by being given a new base. The military is like, no, excuse me, we got to get our own place. They decided to use their powers to help people. They said this is our new operation. How about the Human Torch and Torchies? And like, no. How about the nerd and the scientist or whatever, friends or whatever? Yeah. How about yeah? And then I thought it was funny. I said, two guys and a girl and a thing that nobody wanted. And Razorback was like, hey, calm down. You take them. I said, yeah, but that whole idea is fantastic. And Reed's like, what'd you say? I just said it was a fantastic idea. He's like, yes, I get it. And then the movie ends there, and they become the Fantastic Four. Now maybe I'll read some quotes from the movie real quick, and that's the end of the film. Yeah. When I grow up, I want to be the first person in human history to teleport myself. Well, you're wrong. I don't want to be famous. I just want my work to make a difference. I promise you, I'm gonna fix this. Looks like you're home, buddy. I'm not your friend. You turned me into something else. Hey, it's clobbering time. You can fix this. Nobody can. Oh yeah, this one's definitely going on Instagram. I did listen to you, and that's what got me in the first place. How about two guys, girl, and then nobody wanted? We should use the power to help people. Yeah, that's what he tells his father when Reggie Kelly, before his character dies, talks to Johnny and says, you need to get help. Maybe this is it, man, for me, to use my powers for good. I gotta say, it's fun having you here. Can't change the past, but we can still change the future. If this world must die, so that mine may live, so be it. The earth is dying, humanity has a chance. When the world is destroyed, I don't know all that's left, it'll be enough. Why was he so smug, thinking you were smarter than me? Look after each other. Last words. Promise me you'll look after each other. Hey, where are you going? I got homework. Well, look at the fridge ball. Idiot. What'd you say? Hey, it's clobbering time. You think you can talk to me like that? You can't. You can't. What the hell's the matter with you? Well, you stop that. Yeah. Peter was just coming back. He signed up to ruin your world. Now I want to ruin mine. Victor, this would die. That meant that would have to be Soviet. Victor, no, just stop. Out of my way, for I'm going home. This is your home, son. Not anymore. There is nothing for over here. Only the power to create a new world. Victor, we're not gods. We're just people. And we're stronger together than we're apart. What good is it if you're alone? I've always been alone. Anyway, let me give my final opinion on Fan Four Stick. I'm talking about Fantastic Four. Again, I don't mind this film. I like it for what it is. But before I get to my problems, though, first of all, I do like the story of how these characters meet. People say they have zero chemistry. Well, first of all, yeah, they don't have any chemistry, but that's unusual. That's what you have to expect from this movie because they're first time meeting each other, and they're not going to have chemistry. And by the end, I felt like they felt like they were going to become a family. I felt that they were. Well, at least they were becoming a team, but then they become a family later on. If we would have had a sequel, maybe they would have had lighter tone. But since the film didn't make a lot of money, I don't think it completely shit. I still say, it surpassed its budget, but not by many numbers. And it did lose to a bit of money, but again, I do like the cast. I thought the cast was Jamie Bell was fine. I like him more in his thing form. I didn't like the voice for the thing. That didn't work for me. I didn't like his voice. Yeah, it needs to be more deeper down, I think. This is wasn't, but I liked when Johnny turned into I thought the story was good. I like the whole idea of, a quantum rage. It feels like an adventure film almost. Built to be a superhero movie, but more it feels more like an adventure movie. If this was not Fantastic Four, if it was a different kind of movie, a different title, and not Marvel, it probably would work better. But as a Fantastic Four movie, I can see why it fails. Yeah, you don't really want to make these characters dark. I guess they're not meant to be dark. They're meant to be lighter tone, which again, they have a ballsy move to do that though. Because again, I like the whole scene where Victor. There's a lot of things I like in this movie. I like the story. The story is real good. I think it's interesting. I thought the cast was good. I thought they had chemistry together. I think Miles Teller is a better Mr. Fantastic. I mean, you say the best Mr. Fantastic live action was in Doctor Strange. John Kuz, I can't say that his name right, but spoiler alert, he dies in that movie. So, yeah, that movie. Come on, he's just in there. Yeah, and I know already that Chris Evans was very Shining Storm, but he dies. Well, yeah, and Kate Mara I thought was better than Jessica Alba in my opinion, a lot better, and I think she's on better than Vanessa. Why? Because I do think she's more beautiful, and I do think she's a good actress. Yeah, if you want to see her in a lot of super movie, watch Zoom. I'll stick with watching Zoom than Fantastic Four. That's my Fantastic Four movie. The step, the first steps. Yeah, I'll take Zoom, please. I'll take that movie over that new Fantastic Four movie. Yes. Uh, I don't mind the look of the thing. But even in the new movie, the trailer, some of the looks of his face, it looks terrible in my opinion. That's just my opinion. My favorite look of the thing in live action will always be the 2005 movie. Yes, I love that makeup. Give a crap it's from the comics. I don't give a. I'm sorry, what's coming out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I'm trying to. I ate some biscuits or something. I'm trying to get something out of my mouth. I'm sorry. I don't have hairballs coming out of my mouth. Sorry. But again, I like the look of the thing in that movie. That's an underrated film. I just didn't care too much about Iron Gifford. And these two, Miles Teller and Cameron, they have chemistry, and at least they're not arguing or bickering. And her and Johnny, I do buy them as a brother and sister. Again, sometimes siblings just don't get along. They have a funny way of showing it, you know. Again, it's building up to it. I like the whole story with the quantum, you know, with another dimension, Planet Zero. That was cool. I thought the CGI, the special effects were good in the film. When Johnny uses it, fires up, I thought that was good special effects. It's better than the 2005 movie, but I thought it was good here too. Again, it's better than the Fantastic Four film from 1994. That film was 94. Yeah, it's not a released movie, but you can watch it on YouTube. But the special effects in that movie is terrible. I did not like the cast at all in that movie. The cast in that film was good, and the thing looks terrible in that movie. And Doctor Doom himself, he's a silly, ridiculous voice. He dies in a stupid way. Yeah. He dies in bad CGI fog. Falls in the fog, just like a blimp, just in a bad way. Yeah. I didn't care for the actors in that movie. And I don't blame Stanley for not wanting to be involved in that film. The 1994 Roger Corman's Fantastic Four is the worst Fantastic Four movie, in my opinion. Yeah. I know he's known for doing B movies, but like I would call this a B movie, in a way. Just the problem is if it wasn't a Fantastic Four movie, it's more of like an adventure movie that's just set up as a Fantastic Four movie. Now to get to my well, first of all, I do think Josh Trank did a good job directing, but I feel like he wasn't really one pulling all the strings. I do think he was trying to make a good movie. He was trying to make an awesome Fantastic Four dark version of the characters, darker version of the movie, which is fine with me. I'm fine with that. That's different. That's why Man of Steel worked for me. It had a bit of a different tone, even emotional to see Clark laugh for the first time. Yeah, that was good. A lot of great music in there by Hans Zimmer. The music score, especially at the end when they come back to Earth, that was a good score, but the score isn't too memorable. Anyway, the writing I thought was fine. Yeah, you could use better writers for the film. Cinematography is nice. I like the look of the movie. The editing, the action scenes, I thought were well shot. I like seeing Mr. Fantastic Reed using his powers to punch people, you know, to punch somebody. Yeah, or the image of her flying. Yeah, music score, pretty decent. But Marco Planto, his music score wasn't the best. I mean, I would say Scream had a better score. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the film, it didn't feel like it was. The pacing was fine to me. Again, it's telling a story. A lot of films, superheroes, the pacing. Yeah, the pacing I thought was fine. It felt like 100 minutes. Honestly, I never felt this film was that long. It felt like it was a short movie. It felt like a lot was cut out of here to be. Yes, none of my problems. Well, I felt like Josh Trank was not really involved in making the movie because in my opinion, the biggest problem with this movie is studio interference. Is I think they wanted to make this movie. It feels like this film. It feels honestly, it feels like. To be honest, words out of my mouth. It feels like the film was rushed. It feels like a rushed movie because the studio saw that the Avengers Dark Knight trilogy, the Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, they made $1 billion. They made $1 billion at the box office. They made Avengers One and Avengers Age of Ultron, the first Avengers movie that came out in 2012, and Avengers Age of Ultron that came out the same year as this, and Iron Man 3 came out in 2013. Those films made billions of dollars. So the MCU was doing well, especially with the Avengers. They set that up. Bam, that was a hit. That was a huge hit at the box office. So I think studios like 20th Century Fox or Sony probably think, yeah, we need that money. Of course they want to make it because they want they want a piece of the pie. In order to do that, they're going to rush a superhero film out there. The studio should not get involved in the movie. I don't blame Josh Trank for, yeah, I thought the cast was good. I like Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm. I thought he was good. I thought he did a good job. Who gives a crap if he's black? Why does it matter? Oh, in the comics he's white. The actor who played him, that was the actor from Uncle Ben, Bug Spray, Bug. When Uncle Buck makes a joke about it, that was the actor who played Johnny Storm. He was terrible. Sorry, and I'm not sure about this new actor who's gonna play Johnny Storm. Yeah, honestly, the effects don't look impressive in that movie to me from what I'm seeing, and some of the cast does not impress me. So sometimes even with a lighter tone, 60s tone, it doesn't fully work all the time. Not all the time. Yeah, yeah. But again, it's more of an adventure movie set up to be a superhero movie with the Fantastic Four. That's the problem. And the studio, I think, just rushed that out there. The studio, I think, didn't allow Trank to make his movie, which is BS because, first of all, the studio's job is to do one thing. Their job is to greenlit the movie and give you the budget. That's it. It's up to the writers and producers and the filmmakers to make the movie they want to make it, especially the director. Let him direct the movie he wants to direct. You know, they shouldn't have a say in it because it's ridiculous. They shouldn't. You directed. If you chose him as director, you must trust him. You know. But again, maybe he's. I don't blame him for going on Twitter, and saying the crap he did. But he had to lead it. But yeah, I'm sure the experience was unpleasant for the actors because it feels like they're being forced. They're trying to make a good movie. Josh Trank and the cast are trying their best here, but it's studio interference. It's just, and then you got too many. You got three writers, which the film didn't need three writers. You know, Josh Trank, I'm okay with writing the film, but it feels like it's not his movie. I don't blame Josh Trank like a lot of people do. It's like I don't blame the late Joe Schumacher for Batman and Robin. Studio interference. Amazing Spider-Man 1, 2. I don't. Amazing Spider-Man 2. The first one was great in my opinion, but Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't blame Mark Webb. It's studio interference. That's all it is. It's studio interference. Matthew Vaughn should not have been involved with this movie. It's just Simon Kim. Matthew Vaughn, he directed Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class, and I hate this movie. Simon Kimber directed X-Men Dark Phoenix, and that sucked. Two guys who direct superhero movies who suck should not be producing this movie because they suck as directors. Yeah. Tim Blake Nelson I thought was good. The late Ray J. Kelly thought Toby Kebbell was good. Jamie Bell was okay. He was the weakest cast member in my opinion, but the rest of them were good. Cinematography was nice. Another problem I have with the movie, I don't like I don't like the thing's voice. I like the look of the thing, but the voice needed more work, and we needed more action in the film. The film, it just everything happens like really fast. Feels like you just go to point A, point B, point C, point D, point F, all real quick. It feels like the film is just going through the phases pretty quickly. It felt like that. It feels like the studio just wanted to make a big epic movie, and they just rushed us out there, you know. But either way, I like the film for what it is. I can say it does have some entertaining moments that I like, yes. But the biggest problem is it. The biggest letdown of this movie is that it's just a wasted potential. It's a big missed opportunity, in my opinion. A wasted opportunity. It's a wasted potential of a movie. It's not one of the worst superhero. No, I can still keep it. I still watch this movie, and I don't find it boring. It's a good movie. It just needs a little more work on the story. It needs more improvement, in my opinion. Yeah. And yeah, Josh Trank is right. I don't care. The studio lies. I don't believe anything studio says because they don't care about us fans, whether you're a superhero fan or Marvel fan, DC fan of superhero films. They don't give a crap about the fans what they think. They only care about getting the money out of your pocket. That's why they want you to come see this movie. Thankfully, yeah. And again, MCU, I don't know if I would trust anymore. I'm not really barely interested in seeing the Captain America movie. I'm not sure about that. I'm off about it. More now. But anyway, guys, stay tuned up to pretty much to sum up my opinion on this movie is I do like it. It's decent for what it is. I don't mind it, but I would give it my rating. I'm still gonna give this film a mild thumb up. Mild thumb up. That means I do think this film is good. Sure, not good, but I do like it. It does have some entertaining stuff in it. It just needs a lot more work. I want to see the director's cut of this movie. I want to see Josh Trank's version of this movie, his vision of the film, the way it should be. Yeah. Because again, the studio didn't see Chronicle. I'm like, you hired him from that. That was good. You should trust him to make a Fantastic Four movie. Huh. And you're the one that paid him and hired him in the first place to direct the film. Don't get involved with it, whether you like it or not. You know, let Josh Trank make his own movie. Believe me, if you guys watch Chronicle, that's a great movie. He can make a good movie. The studio wasn't involved in that one, but like I said, that was also the same year the Avengers came out. So I guess the studio just was thinking, oh well, we'll make a lot of tons of money, and they still don't want to listen of not to interfere with it. So the studio just sees dollar signs because this is a time where superhero movies Marvel were profitable and making huge numbers at the box office, making money. So yeah. But anyway, guys, my rating for State Fantastic Four 2015 version, I'm gonna give this film 3 to 5 stars. Saying I just don't mind it. It's just decent. It just needs to. It just needed to be a lot better. It needs improvement. So again, my rating for this film is 3 to 5 stars in my opinion. This is not a rant. I don't hate this movie. It's just I don't mind it. I like it for what it is. I don't mind it, the film, but I think it needs to be improved. And I want to see that director's cut if we ever get it. It deserves it, in my opinion. Yeah, it didn't deserve to flop either. That wasn't, that was because the studio flopped. Yeah, so it is the studio's fault. Yes, that's the truth, whether you like it or not. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and tell me, guys, what you think of this video down below. Do you look forward to the new Fantastic Four movie? If you've seen the teaser, what you think of that? And do you agree with that the first two Fantastic Four movies are better? I'm talking about the 2005 film and Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I do like that movie. Those are better movies in my opinion because they're lighter tone and stuff. But I like this movie for trying something different. Again, sometimes corny and lighthearted doesn't work. Sometimes you have to go a little darker just to have but it does have an interesting story though. Anyway, guys, my rating for the film again is 3 to 5 stars, and I'm all thumbs up. So guys, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of Fan Force? I know some of you hate it, and that's fine. I'm not here to change your opinion. I'm not here to say that this is the opinion of this movie. This is the no. I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to give my opinion. from my point of view, watching the movie, what I think of it. In my opinion, that's all it is, folks. We can agree to disagree, and that's it. Okay, just leave it at that. Agree to disagree. You know, I'm not here to change your opinion. I can't change what you think, nor can you change what I think. That's just my opinion. Don't take it personal, guys. You know, it's nothing personal. If I like a movie or don't hate it, it's just my opinion. That's all it is. It's nothing. Don't take it personal. Anyway, guys, tell me what we think of this film in your opinion. All right, I'm done with this review. Sorry for being so long. I felt like there was not a lot need to be said. For anyway, guys, stay tuned for the next review. Now we're going to be moving on to the year 2016. And this film came out actually in February, which I believe was 9 years old. Next year to be 10 years old, I believe. And that is starring Ryan Reynolds, Monica Bellucci, T.J. Miller, and that is the awesome 2016 superhero film, Marvel film, Deadpool. So Deadpool will be my next review. Yes, I definitely look forward to reviewing this. I love this movie, so I can't wait to review it. Yeah. But Deadpool 2016. Yeah. So, oh gosh. But Deadpool. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Yeah. And now we're getting into Deadpool now. But Deadpool 2016. This will be the next superhero review, so stay tuned for that. All right, stay tuned for that. Yeah, it's Deadpool 2016, which is a lighter, wackier version, and of course is rated R. Thank God. We needed a rated R Deadpool movie. But Fantastic Four 2015, guys. Again, my rating for the film is 0 to 5 stars and a mild thumbs up. Let me know in the guys' comments down below what you think of this film, in your opinion. And stay tuned for today's next review, starting with the year 2016, like I said, starting with Deadpool. That is next. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye. 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 And keep on subscribing and sharing. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.